Welcome to the Iowa Interstate Subdivision 4. This is video 9. So in this video, I don't really have anything to show for the layout. It's kind of been slow building on the layout. But I have kept up with my addiction of buying train cars and locomotives. And since I moved into this house and started building this layout, the cars I bought and the locomotives I bought kind of have added up. Seems like every time I get $20 or $40 or something, I end up spending it on rolling stock or something to do with the rolling stock rather than buying lumber. So here's a roll by of things that I've bought recently. Well, not just recently, but in the last year. There's a Genesis GP38-2. Scale trains, Norfolk and Southern. Another scale trains. Kind of been really on a scale trains kick lately. Another one. And then most recently, car 4001. 4015, 4050, 4069, and then here's a car that's going to get patched out. This was a cotton belt, and this is a Walters cylindrical hopper, Intermountain kit that I put together a while back, and two more brand new Intermountain, ready to roll models. And some Walters 65-foot gondolas, CSX, but I'm starting the process of patching those. Exact Rail COER gondolas. And we got some Atlas 4-bay grain cars, 2 of them. Another Atlas car that I got that was used from House of Trains in Omaha. An older Walters buffer car. And then a handful of these ethanol cars. I think that there's 1 or 2 in here that's not necessarily new, but it stands in for one that is. It's just kind of hard to find the new ones mixed in with all the old ones. I have about 26 ethanol cars now. One of these ethanol cars, I think it's this last car coming up, is a Walters proto ethanol car. Right there. Here's a Walters Gevo, an ES44AC. A buddy of mine took this apart and added a bunch of weight to it. Sorry, I can't remember exactly what the weight is now. Generally, it sounds every bit as good as a Intermountain ES44AC. There's a few little problems with it. It didn't come with any grab irons, so I bought a upgrade kit and installed those myself. And the truck side frames are better detailed than the Intermountains are, but there's a lot of play between the axle ends and the side frames that could help with negotiating, track that's not flawless or something. So I'm not complaining too much about that. The handrails on the ends are not appropriate for the Iowa Interstate Railroad. The railings it has is appropriate for BNSF or Union Pacific. And the air horn is on backwards. So I'll be addressing that. I did buy a satellite dome. It doesn't have the corner notches like the prototype, so I'm going to have to modify them before I put them on. And it's a pretty decent puller. Couple other tiny little problems, but generally speaking I'm happy with it. The door on the nose is on the wrong side for this unit number, so I'm going to renumber this unit 514. That way the door is on the correct side of the nose. And decent locomotive. Right now it's hooked to 60 cars and can handily take off with them. Without a problem. That's with the extra weight added, mind you. Another locomotive that's had some weight added to it is number 510 here. It's a non-sound Intermountain ES44AC. I think we got the weight up on this just like a ½ ounce heavier than we did on that Walters unit. So one unit having had extra weight added, and one standard with sound ES44AC will pull 48 of these Atlas coal porter cars up my 1.5% grade. That's speed step number 8. I'm applying more throttle. I'm up to 20, and you can barely discern a difference in speed, so I'm probably experiencing quite a bit of wheel slip. Most likely when the layout's up and running in continuous curves, I'm probably going to be running 2 units up front and a third DPU on the back of the train as just normal practice. If I have a derailment and a car comes uncoupled from the rest of the string, these cars can get moving pretty quick going down this 1.5% grade. So that DPU was mainly for me just to keep a runaway from happening. Here we're rolling right past the Hancock spur, representing Hancock, Iowa. So 48 cars is pretty long. But I like running long trains. So the 60 car being pulled by this one unit here. Both these outer 2 tracks will hold 60 cars plus 3 locomotives.